June 19th, 2022. Halfcast 314, episode 314. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Man admits beating coworker to death over alleged affair. How many of you feel like you would beat a coworker to death for a lot less? Jose Gutierrez Rosales, 49, is accused of killing his coworker Hector Javier Casaneda Vasquez on April 18th while the two were working on irrigation pipes just outside of Bakersfield. He was arrested on April 28th after several witnesses spoke with investigators. KGET News reported Gutierrez Rosales later told investigators that the attack was spurred on by rumors that Vasquez was having an affair with his wife. In particular, he cited the mockery of other co-workers. They were souping it up as a motivating factor, stating that they provoked all of this. If you work with a bunch of other guys, you know that the dirty jokes are always a flying. So why would anyone let this sink in unless they don't trust their own wife? We were there picking up the pipes. Gutierrez Rosales reportedly explained, I ate about 2 tacos and I felt my body like strange. And then all of a sudden, I grabbed the pipe and I just started going at him. I love how they use 2 tacos as a time reference. Gutierrez Rosales reportedly shouted, "This is for getting involved with my family," at Vasquez while he beat him with a pipe. Vasquez was pronounced dead at the scene and suffered multiple facial fractures. He also sustained cuts to his face and the back of his head and lost several teeth, according to a report viewed by KGET. Make no mistake about it, this is a man that's dealing 100% with his own insecurities. And let's just cover an extra base because why would someone cheat on you with one of your very few coworkers when they can wait until you go to work and have one of the billions of people outside of your job to pick from? One witness reported seeing the man strike something multiple times from a distance, unable to see Vasquez from their angle. The witness initially thought he might have been fending off a snake. Another witness nearby reportedly yelled for Gutierrez Rosales to stop. After the attack, Gutierrez Rosales reportedly left the scene in his vehicle, eventually got out of it, and began walking to Bakersfield from the city of Taft, roughly 36 miles away from the town he had been working in. While walking, he said that he begged God for forgiveness and began cutting himself with a box cutter. He also claimed to have buried his cell phone near a vineyard after his battery died. Why that? I'm going to own up to it like a man, he said of his intentions at that time, stating that if he had wanted to keep running, he would have fled to Mexico. I got one better. How about you don't murder your coworkers over a little water cooler humor? Investigators with the Kern County Sheriff's Department have been unable to confirm whether or not Gutierrez Rosales was actually married prior to killing Vasquez. Oh, what if he actually just made this up to kill his coworker? I mean, more has been done for less. In a report viewed by KGET, a woman with her name redacted was found to have recently been in a relationship with him for 3 months, hardly his wife, but the pair had been separated months prior to the incident in April. Man paid Hitman $13,000 in Bitcoin on dark web to kill woman he met online. Time and time and time again, there are no hitman, especially online. Either he's some dork that's just playing dress up, he's the police, or he's somebody looking to steal your money, or a combination of somewhere in between. A California man admitted to paying a hitman He found on the dark web $13,000 in Bitcoin to murder a woman he met online, authorities said. Scott Quinn Burkett, 25, pleaded guilty to one count of use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire, the U.S. Department of Justice shared on Monday. Burkett met the woman whose identity has not been released online in October of 2020 before inviting her out to meet him in Los Angeles, where he lived, according to the DOJ. While there, Burkett became sexually aggressive toward the woman, prompting to cut ties with him following the trip. Month later, in April 2021, a relative of the woman who learned Burkett was still contacting her reached out to his father and was told to consider this matter closed. So we have a guy who goes out on what appears to be a miracle date because just someone paying him any attention was a Hail Mary by itself. He gets a little handsy. The woman cuts ties. Instead of pressing charges, the woman cuts ties. He continues to stalk her, and then someone tells his father on him. Embarrassed his stupid ass. Later that month, Burkett then contacted a group found on the dark web advertising murder for hire services and also Dungeons and Dragons games on the weekends. I like it to look like an accident, but robbery gone wrong may work better so long as she is dead. I'd like for her phone to be retrieved and destroyed irreparably in the process. Burkett wrote to the dark web group. He's an idiot. While law enforcement officials believe the group he contacted to be a scam, the group contacted a media outlet which provided the information to the FBI. These people online are not hitmen. They are getting a hell of a lot of enjoyment of toying around with these fools. Burkett gave out the woman's personal information on the dark web, including her email address, social media handles, and a description of her unique tattoo. As payment for the victim's murder, Burkett sent the darknet group Bitcoin payments totaling approximately $13,000. The DOJ wrote in a press release. An undercover FBI agent then contacted Burkett while pretending to be the hitman he hired from the dark web. He just doesn't understand that, especially on the dark web, anybody can be on the other end of the line. I'm gonna fix that girl, and then I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna give dad a piece of my mind because I'm a man, damn it. The FBI agent sent Burkett the photos of the woman, and Burkett confirmed that the pictures showed his intended victim and that he made Bitcoin payments to obtain her murder. He then asked for proof of her murder and sent a final Bitcoin payment of $1,000. So instead of wasting an exhaustive amount of energy and money on finding a hitman, why didn't you just take half of that money and time and find yourself another woman? Burkett confessed to looking for a hitman on the dark web and paying for murder for hire services in May 2021. He is set to be sentenced on September 12th and could face up to 10 years in federal prison. Clearwater man accused of stealing over $10,000 in lottery tickets from gas station job. How would it feel to steal $10,000 in lottery tickets? And one, you go to jail. Two, you lose your job. And three, out of those $10,000 in lottery tickets, you find out that there was only like $100 of winners. Pinellas County deputy arrested a Clearwater man Friday who they said stole over $10,000 worth of lottery tickets from the gas station he worked at. An affidavit said that Dalvin Terrell Young, 22, was employed at a racetrack gas station from November 30th, 2021 to December 28th, 2021. That's a month. Deputies said that during that time, Young stole around $10,590.60 in lottery tickets from under the cashier counter. You were better off just hitting the register. The thefts happened approximately 100 times over 16 shifts, according to authorities. How do you let it get up to 100 times? At some point, you're just watching him do it. Deputies said Young was seen taking the tickets on surveillance video. His former co-workers identified him as a suspect to authorities, told on his ass he was booked into the Pinellas County Jail on charges for grand theft and scheme to defraud. Suspects robbing furniture store captured by police using pepper spray. So throughout history, we've had people steal money, gold, jewels, shit. We've had people steal other people, but never have you heard of someone pulling off the great sectional heist. It's just a logistics nightmare. The Colorado Springs Police Department used pepper spray to capture two suspects robbing an American furniture warehouse located on the corner of North Chestnut Street and Mesa Valley Road early morning. Shane Purvis and an unidentified woman face burglary and criminal mischief felony charges. They don't even respect it as a full blown crime. They call it mischief. Estimated damage to the business caused by the suspects is expected to be several $1,000s. This is not the economy that you want to get stuck sitting on a truckload of hot ottomans. After medical clearances are obtained, both suspects will be transported to the Criminal Justice Center on felony charges as well as other outstanding warrants. Police say at 6:37 a.m., CSPD officers from the Gold Hill Division responded to an in-progress burglary at an American furniture warehouse in Colorado Springs. What, did they catch him trying to angle a large couch through a tiny doorway? The officers established a containment perimeter around the building and confirmed there were two suspects inside with building surveillance. The suspects were given multiple verbal commands to exit the business, but continued to hide within the building. Ma'am, come from under the coffee table with your hands up. The suspects were eventually captured and taken into custody after officers used pepper spray multiple times. I'm going to assume when they say multiple times, one was more than enough. Just give them a second coat for my troubles. Fun show. Fun show. Fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.